Hello, I'm Melissa the Crafty Ginger. Today I have another macrame wall hanging project for you. So this is like, people call it a macrame bunting or a macrame banner. And I'm going to show you how to make this. This is all basic knots that we have done in my other videos. This is the first video I posted of macrame. This is like essentially the same exact pattern. So you have a lark's head knot, a left and right handed square knot, you have a diagonal clove hitch knot, and you have and that's it. So and then you just kind of let you have to unwind the rope to let it have fringe like that. So let me give you a couple of different rope options and then also your supply list. This is 4.5 millimeter rope. The closest thing to that that's not dyed, this is already dyed, and I've talked about this in my other videos. I got this from an Etsy shop called Cordilleria. I love their rope. It's dyed like the strings are dyed, so it's not the natural colored rope. Here's natural colored rope if you want to just have that like very pared down macrame, more of like a basic look. This is dyed rope. This is the same type of rope, but this is dyed, and you can see that the rope kind of poofs up a little bit. This is the same amount of rope, same length, but this is dyed and it has a little bit, it gets a little thicker and it loses a little length when you dye it. This is another option for a pattern. This is the same thing. You would use this for like maybe a baby's room wall or something like that, or a photo shoot backdrop. This is little tiny rope. This is 1.5 millimeter rope right here from Cordilleria also. I got this from Knot and Rope Supply, knotandropesupply.com. And then I dyed it with supplies from Dharma Trading Company. So you're going to need about 300 feet of rope if you're doing this pattern. You can use less, of course. I would suggest doing an odd number of the little banners. So if you don't have enough rope, do 5. And I think that it looks the best to have odd numbers. So don't do like 4 or 6. It looks kind of different. So I had enough rope to do 7, so I did that. But I originally planned on doing 5. So to start this cord here, which is the cord you're hanging it on, you need 1.5 body lengths. And then for each, you're gonna need 8 pieces of rope for each of these. These are 1 body length each. So you're just gonna go 1 and then cut it like that. And I have 1 all set up. I'm gonna show you here how to do a gathering knot, which is new. I haven't showed you how to do this yet. You're also gonna need a sharp pair of scissors. Okay, this is the cord that you're gonna be hanging all the ropes on. You're gonna need about another 1.5 foot cut off so you can do this. So you can see here, it just creates like a nice little loop right here, and this is the gathering knot. This is used in a lot of like plant hangers. You can see it at the top of a plant hanger. So what you're gonna do is just loop the other side of the rope, and then you're gonna take the other piece that you cut and loop it like that. Now you start wrapping it around. So just do, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times is enough. And then you put this through the loop and you pull on the other side here, and it'll start kind of pulling it through. Now you don't want to pull it all the way through because that kind of starts undoing it. There you go. And then I always cut off this part right here just to kind of give it like a nice finish, and then you can begin your wall hanging. So this is a rolling rack that I got at Lowe's. I mentioned that before. These are U-hooks you can get at the hardware store. And I always put it like this so that it kind of holds my rope taut like that. So you take this one down. You're just gonna put it up like this. I'm gonna put this U-hook right here. It's gonna stop because of this little button. And then I'm gonna wrap it around here. The reason I'm doing this is so I have kind of a nice tight rope to work with, because otherwise it drapes down really low and then you're down working on your knees, and that's kind of hard to do that. Okay, this is 1 body length of rope. So you can see that's 1. And we're gonna put it over, you find the center. This is the lark's head knot. And pull the tails through the center. Okay, so you're attaching 8 of these. You can see on this little 1.5 millimeter banner that I used color in here too, and I really like how this looks. This is just an alternating half hitch knot right here. That's what I did there, in case you want to add that to your piece too. And I might do that on this one, you know, maybe just add in extra if I have extra rope. So you're just gonna add all 8 of your ropes. And it might look like these aren't long enough. You know, you're really only doing like, you know, 3 or 4 left and right-handed square knots on these, so you don't need them to be super long. Okay, then you're just gonna do a left and right-handed square knot all the way across. So I've done this in my other videos, so kind of review those if you don't know how to do it. Okay, so the first row is just basic square knots all the way across. The next row, see, even this is kind of low. I have to get down lower. Okay, on your next row, you're gonna leave the first 2 ropes out. So just take those out of the equation. You know, you're not using those. You're gonna use, sorry, that wasn't very clear. Okay. So I'm just leaving these 2 out, and then I'm working with these next 4. So work that all the way across, and you're basically reducing, you're trying to get this diamond shape. So you can see it's already kind of happening here after just a few knots. Next row, you leave, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You're gonna leave 4 out on the next row. And then you're just gonna have only 2 left and right-handed square knots in this row. So again, you can see it's reducing because we had 4 here, we have 3 here, now we have 2. The next row we're gonna have 1. So you can see how easy this is. It really comes together quickly. Okay, now you're just using the middle 4 ropes here. And I cut these center ropes a little bit longer just because I wanted to have, I might want to have like a diamond cut like that. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is the diagonal half hitch knot. I've showed this in my other videos. You take 1 lead cord and you're working all the way to the center. So you're gonna take this one and put the tail over. You're gonna do that twice for each rope, securing it with the second knot. That's what that's doing. And I really like the look of double diagonal clove hitch knots. I think it just, I mean, even triples looks good together. You know, it has just a nice presence. But for simplicity, I kind of like this one with just 1 because you already have, you know, 5 of these on this little banner. So it's already got quite a bit going on. So you can see this is super quick craft. You could do this for your Christmas mantle or, you know, a kid's birthday party decor. Okay, for this one, this is your lead cord. And the same thing, you just throw the tail over and pull it through the space that you created with those 2. This is your lead. Pull it through. And then when you get to the end, I like to trim it before I unwind everything because it's easier for me to see the differences in the lengths of the rope when they're not unwound. I just think once you unwind them, it's kind of hard. You can't just like eyeball it, you know? So we have this whole first piece done within less than 10 minutes. So this, like I said, this is pretty quick. Okay, now to finish this out, because on my other wall hanging pattern we did the alternating half hitch knot down here. But what I'm gonna do, just to bring it together, is I'm gonna use this lead cord and I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna basically just doing diagonal half hitch with the other cord so it comes together nicely there. And then to trim it, find your longest point. So the center piece is like, I want maybe like that long. So I'll cut like that. And then the next piece up, I'll go like 2 twists. And then I go 2 twists like that. So then you kind of have a system for how, what increment you're cutting the ropes. And then let me show you, I also unwind these at the end. So there, it has kind of a diagonal pattern. You can also leave them straight. They look really cute when they're just like straight across like that. And then that has, you know, a different look. And I'll trim these up so it looks the same on both sides. But what I like to do to unravel it is just hold on to one of the little strands and then just kind of pull them around the center. So you can see this unwinds pretty quickly. So just find one of those pieces and just hold it tight and then just unravel, and it goes pretty quick from there. So to finish out, you're just going to continue the exact same thing 5 or 7 times depending on how much rope you have. And then at the end, you'll end up with something like this. And you know, I think it's really cute. I think you could, you know, hang this in a kid's room, and it's just really very bohemian. So let me show you also this other little one really quick, because I think this one turned out really cute. And if you want to make this one, if you have this smaller cord, like you could even use cotton string for this that you could get at like Hobby Lobby or Joann Fabrics. Just so you know, for the lengths, I was using the same length. So this is just one body length of each of these. And let me kind of stretch it out because it looks a little bit, it's been in a box. So for this pattern, you actually need 10 pieces at one body length. So you can see we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I'm sorry, 12. So you're gonna need 61 body lengths. Thanks so much for watching. Please tag me in your posts on Instagram if you make this project. I'd love to see it. And my Instagram is crafty_ginger. I'll link it on this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.